Hello, Simas.
Hello.
And when we are talking about technology sustainability, I think actually the technology has the potential to save environment, and at the same time, when I'm looking around, it does create a lot of problems. Both thinking the e-waste as the physical waste, or there is an amount of energy waste going on probably, and other forms. So what are you going to do about that? Or how do you feel in the big technology company? What's your role?
Yeah, if honestly, we talking a lot about technologies and sometimes forgetting what is really important and what impact we are making to the world, not only from technology point of view, but also from what we are leaving for our children, yeah, where they will grow and so on. So, if honestly, what Dell does, it really correlates to who I am. I mean, just who knows me knows that I'm born in the nature, we can call it this. My parents was close to the nature. So steps what Dell is taking, it's exactly the same what I'm thinking. I saw a lot of investigations made with National Geography and Dell. I see the numbers, which is like amazingly bad numbers related to e-waste, energy consumption, and so on and so on. We're just using everything, and not thinking about the future usually. So it's good that we as a company already took a lot of steps to improve that. And it's not only words. I guess some of you already can see what is happening, how it's happening. For example, the numbers, what was very, very sad for me, microplastic, for example, in the water. Every third fish what we are eating is with microplastic already in it. So, it's not somewhere else, it's already here. And we have no time just to think, talk, and do nothing, yes? So in this case, from initiatives, what we already as a company started, there are a lot of, starting from ocean-bound plastic. When we are taking plastic from the oceans and bringing it back to life, we can call it that, using in our different packaging boxes and so on. Plus, a lot of things, what is related, how you creating, from what you creating. Also, we brought bioplastic to our product creating. We have closed plastic loop initiatives, when it means that plastic which goes from our factory comes back in other form to create other devices. So, one thing is waste, other thing is wasting resources. Because we usually, a lot of people making just device which is like for one-time use, yes? And then you are throwing out. So wasting resources also. So not only reusing, but also not wasting resources is the big thing what we need to do. And we started very interesting, concept. It's called Concept Luna. For those who don't know, you can, of course, check on different news on your YouTube channels and so on. It's new concept of the device, how we look at it in the future. So we are already testing how to use less materials, how to use eco-friendly materials, how to reuse what is already done. So in this process, we realized that, for example, simple things like notebook, yes, everyone understands it. It's like plenty of screws to close the corpus, to add all the components inside. So we are reaching, okay, it's, I hope, between of us still, because this is still in process. So we decided to make, for example, device without screws. And it looks like not big deal. But if you count how many screws, how many metal used for every system, and overall, all systems, what we are selling through the year or two or whatever, you can count how much resources we are.
In my view, actually, kind of like the biggest problem with technology is not the count of screws, but actually repairability. I'm actually also thinking about that because my son's monitor just stopped working, and there's probably not all of the monitor is broken. Probably LCD is okay. There's probably a light, maybe some cable, maybe some electronics boards. Are you also thinking on this side how to kind of like make it because things without screws are also maybe not so easily repairable.
Yeah, it's very good point. It's strange that we were not having this discussion, and you already pointed out what I still have in my head. Yeah, so. If honestly, yes, regarding the same concept, Luna, exactly what we are trying to reach. One thing is how much materials we use, what I already mentioned. Second thing, exactly, modularity of the device, to be usable for longer period. For example, the same with the screen, it has a lot of layers, so we trying to make less layers, just to pop out, take, and put the new one. So one of the things, yes, what we are investigating also, it's a modularity of device to be easier, upgradable, repairable, what is also very important to use a device for a longer period. And not only that, also, of course, what materials we use there. Hydro machined aluminum, for example, etc., etc. Yes, modularity is a good point, and yes, we are working on that.
I know you brought with you a... I think the question is not what's inside, but just how to say, the unpacking experience, I think, is the modern term.
Yeah, we can call it like black box of the plane, but I'm joking, of course. Yes, regarding, in this case, there are two things. One, what I was talking, I don't know if you can see on the cams, but for example, this package is made from 100 recyclable or renewable materials. This is what was our topic about. And for example, even the tapes, everything is already not plastic.
Oh, that's cool, because I'm always getting this new form of packaging that comes with papier-mâché inserts to keep it in place, and still there is a lot of tape. So I kind of like, when I want to take it into the paper recycling, I kind of like need to tear it off, and it's
in this it's paper tape. And regarding packaging, yes, usually what you mentioned, papier-mâché, yeah, you open this, that, and this, and that. In this case, it's not only sustainable, but for example, in my case, it's just a box, yes, but you are opening and you getting access straight to the device. And regarding all the cables, wires, again, everything is not tape anymore like was plastic everywhere. But from first, you just open and you are already reaching everything. And if you want to recycle it later on, it's like one packaging, very easy, accessible. So this is, yes, two things. One is sustainability, other user experience. Regarding user experience, what I can mention also that, for example, there are some cases when we are buying, I don't know, 10 devices or even more devices at the same time. So it means we have plenty boxes everywhere. Yeah. So there is also multi-pack, what we call, when you are buying to one place a lot of devices. I don't know, some school, for example, buying some devices and bringing to prepare the class. So usually it means like plenty of boxes around everywhere to unpack, to connect and so. In that case, you can get, for example, multi-pack for 5 devices in one box. So, you know, small things, but you need to start from that because there is ocean can't wait anymore, you know.
Yes, but when you are, I don't know if you know internally, when there are discussions about switching from, let's say, plastic packaging, is it also just purely from the side of cost more effective, like making the paper-only packaging, or is there still the question that actually internally you're saying that, okay, switching from plastic tape for closing to paper tape, okay, we are paying, I don't know, 1 cent more per packaging, but it's good for nature, or is it also 1 cent less cost for you?
Okay, from that point of view, I would say that sustainability is expensive. Usually, you know...
The reason why they have been using this plastic packaging has been probably something like... Yeah, perhaps also the weight of the things and whatever.
Exactly. I mean, the plastic is like usually the easier way to produce something and to make something. But it's not regarding the price, as I mentioned, sustainability, it has a different price, but not about the price in this case. We had, I don't know if you know, but we have like moonshot goals. Dell as a company, it's some social stuff, it's some sustainability and so on. And one of the moonshot goals, it was to 2030, So it's already close to have like 100 packaging like we already did. For example, we also telling that for every sold device, what we are selling, we are planning to create the same amount of reused materials for creating the new ones. So the plan is to have like a loop, of materials circulating inside. Of course, not always you can use 100 recyclable plastic because you can lose some durability. But overall, we are trying to make it as close as possible, this loop. And yeah, regarding the price, it's not about the price, if honestly.
What do you think about kind of like on the sustainability side about the energy use? I understand that also everything new is using less energy with the exception of big TVs that still want to be bright. What's your kind of like Dell view on the energy use? What are you seeing you can actually do? Because I like big TVs. Sorry, I can't. The fish needs to wait.
Yeah, regarding energy consumption, of course, with every generation, consumption is less and less because of new improvements in technology. But I would also say that even some small things, I don't know, I face quite often the situation when people are reading specifications and they see 3 letters, 3 letters, 3 letters, 3 letters. What it means, no one knows, yes, usually. So one of the things what I want to mention, what we implemented already quite long time ago, it also can be related not only to processor which use less energy, yes, or some graphic card or whatever from the component point of view, but also it can be related to the screen, what screen you have. So it can be panels, what we are quite widely using is SLP panels, which is called super low power panels. So even panel can eat less energy, but in the same case to give enough brightness to have a really great screen. So energy consumption comes from different points of view: power supplies, processors, graphic cards, etc. All the components. Plus, on top of that, for example, we are bringing artificial intelligence and machine learning systems, which also optimizing how you use energy and for what you are using energy and so on. So it's like all solution from a lot of things, what is combining that.
Yes, and Estonians who have just gotten from government a small leaflet at home telling let's save energy, there is a special point about the cost of your 55-inch plasma TV. So if you still happen to have plasma TV, then perhaps it's time to actually move to lower power using TV, because their average consumption was like 10 euros per month, and I was like, oh, okay, that's the point where I'm actually saving money by having a way newer TV. But thank you, Simas.